not suitable for BBC Radio London, at least.
Our next guest is a musician, model and activist, using her words, wisdom and female empowerment to inspire her peers through music, podcast and safe space events for women to network, make friends and connect over art and creativity. She's toured the globe with Pink Floyd and recorded at Abbey Road Studios. Welcome to BBC Radio London, Galea.
Hello, David. Hello, Kim. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming down and looking so glamorous tonight.
I did say it is quite my bedtime, so this is this is as good as it's going to get tonight.
Are you more of an early riser then?
I've got dogs, so I am woken up at 6 a.m. every day for breakfast. Their breakfast, not my breakfast.
And are they in bed by now then?
They would be, although being a singer, I do normally as well work until 1, 2 a.m. So, yes. I think I'm awake most of the time.
24-hour body clock. A lot of people know you from your singing and your songs and your musicianship, but a fairly new project that you started is called the Kintsugi Way.
Yes.
What inspired the founding of the Kintsugi Way, and how did you choose the name and concept as your guiding metaphor?
Such a good question. Well, several questions in there. So the Kintsugi Way is founded by survivors for survivors, and it is set up with a heartfelt response to a need for a safe space for women who have been through any domestic abuse, sexual violence, sexual trauma, and just to help shame shift sides, because it's a very isolating thing when women go through these events, and it's almost like we do feel shame and we do feel blame. So to create a space where we can access art and therapy, which is, for me, the reason that I've managed to get this far and keep my mental health afloat, is because art for me is my saving grace, and it's the reason that I keep going. And I do realize that other people may not have access to and privilege to experience art. I thankfully had it in school, and it's now my career, a form of art. So I wanted to bring it to more women and show them how kintsugi, which is the Japanese art of repairing things with gold, to show that you can be still strong and beautiful, even with your scars, and you don't have to hide your experiences, and you don't have to be ashamed of what you've been through, and you can go on, and there is more of a story, and there's more of a life that you can build.
And when these events take place, what do people do at these events? What sort of art and creativity are you? So
it is kintsugi primarily. So we do start the day with kintsugi. It's a 2-hour class where the women break the bowls. And then it's the art of putting them back together. So it's quite therapeutic in using your hands, learning a new skill, working in tandem with other survivors. And I think even going through that, fixing something and seeing how amazing it turns out after you're done is quite healing. And then we have a communal lunch, and it's a very sort of healthy very healthy food, and everyone sort of gathers round and talks about their interests and experiences if they would like. You don't have to disclose anything at all. It's not triggering in that way, but we do find that some women would like to discuss. And then we do go into therapeutic practices. So we have a psychologist, we've got a breathwork practitioner, we're looking into different forms like musical therapy and things like that. So it is a collaboration, I suppose. It's a amalgamation of art and therapy and community, I suppose.
How have people found you? How have they found your services?
Well, we're very new, so we only set up this year. We are working with other organisations, so constantly making connections with, for example, Refuge or Women's Aid or any Vogue centre in any area of London, and letting them know that we're now here and we're taking on referrals. So You can self-refer. That's fine if you've been through something yourself and you haven't gone through it. The system yet, that's also fine. We totally understand that that's the case. But also, if you have been through the system and you're kind of looking for something post-crisis, like, okay, I've had contact at point of crisis. I've had the phone call and I kind of am in the network, but I want to meet other women who have been through the same thing and kind of grow with a community or learn more, or I still have trauma attached to my experience and I do want to move past it. We are still working with partner organizations for referrals.
So then on the day, people are not necessarily like sharing stories, but they're just sharing like each other's company and like...
Exactly. And innately knowing that everybody's there for the same reason. It's almost like you don't have to say anything because you know. And a lot of the time, we don't realize that we're around women who have been through the same thing, because the statistic is 1 in 3. And that's only from reports. So realistically, it's probably more. So when you're in a room of women, you can imagine how many women have been affected, but nobody's talking about it and nobody's addressing it. So if we all meet in a room and we all know why we're there, then it's already comforting knowing that, okay, you look across the table and you know she's been through it and she's been through it and she understands. And so yeah, it's growing really rapidly and we're very, very proud of it. We only opened on the 6th of January this year, and now we're a team of 12. So quite amazing. And we've been funded by the National Lottery. So that's, yeah, we've done a lot. We've done a lot. I'm really, really super happy with how it's going, but we obviously want to expand and help as many women as possible.
And what are some of the venues you use to host the workshops?
So we do try and keep the venues known to the survivors only, just to keep it safe, because we never know if somebody is obviously going to have somebody unwanted turn up and things like that. So I did want to say that if you did sign up for a workshop, only you and the attendees will know. Mm-hmm. So I can't exactly answer that question, but I think it actually makes it more secure for anybody listening, thinking, is anybody going to know where I am? Can they follow me? No, because we will use centres around London, of course, that are accessible to everybody, and in different locations to make sure that as many women can attend. But specifically, I won't necessarily mention all of them, just so that we keep them safe for the survivors.
Yeah. Do you play your music at any of these events?
Not yet, although I do think that there's a lot of crossover there, because of course I write songs about equality and standing up for our rights, and that's what I believe in. And I think what I talk about and what I live for permeates in everything I do. So I think eventually, I just didn't want to make it all about me. I just think eventually, maybe if we have a fundraising event, or if we extend the event into the evening one day, then I can involve my music somehow. But yeah, people do stumble upon it through the charity, or stumble upon the charity through my music. So having everything joined together is quite good.
And it's been a pretty busy year for you. You were on stage and you were touring with Zucchero earlier this summer.
Yeah, so Zucchero was a big part of my childhood, because he was a huge Italian artist, and he still held that status in Malta and Italy. And so when I was asked to be his support slot, it's one of those things, like, until it actually happened and I was there on stage, I was thinking, okay, someone's going to tell me that, like, it's cancelled or something like that. And I thought, okay, there's at least 5,000 people here and nobody knows my songs. So I thought people are going to get bored, or people aren't going to turn up. But it was full and people were paying attention and singing my songs back to me. So it was quite crazy to also be before such an amazing notable artist. So yeah, I've been with Ozzy Floyd this year. I've performed before Zucchero, and it's still September, David, so I still feel like there's room for stuff to happen.
Yeah, could happen. Yeah. And then as a performer, what's it like playing in now a massive stadium? How does that compare to playing in sort of slightly smaller bars and clubs?
I don't know. I think it really depends. There are times where I not pretend I'm someone else, but I do feel safe on stage. Like, I don't have to. You had your previous guest talking about having autism and ADHD. I also have autism and ADHD combined. So I do relate to what she was saying a lot. And my safe space, funnily enough, is on stage, because I feel like I can't be judged and I can be in my own element, and that's where I'm comfortable and I know I'm good at that. So I enjoy that. And I don't think it matters whether it's a huge stage or a small room. That's where I'm happiest and I feel safest. It does help when you can't see the front row, though. That can be quite scary.
And then recording at places like Abbey Road, how inspiring is that to be in a space that's just so ridiculous, rich with history? Absolutely ridiculous. Every time I'm there, I take a photo, you know, the photo that everybody takes in front of it just never gets old. I've recorded in Studio 2, which is where Pink Floyd recorded Dark Side of the Moon, which again is crazy, considering I've performed their songs, you know, so many times now. And I've performed in, a couple of the studios. But it's it's pretty incredible. I'm very, very grateful. It's one of those pinch me moments, and I hope to be there again soon. The new single, Mess With My Face, came out on the 12th of September. What can you tell us about this song? So I would say it's a slightly rebellious song, but in a very self-love anthem way. I wanted to create something that allowed people to... It's almost like a de-influence. We're so influenced these days on TikTok and Instagram and people telling us what we should look like and what is acceptable, that I wanted to create the I can't even say the word. It's just going to try sound smart then. Antithesis of that, and be like, you're actually fine the way you are, and your nose is beautiful, and your face isn't a trend, and it doesn't have an expiration date. So just leave. I'm not mad at the people who do it. I'm mad at the system. I think everyone's beautiful, and we should celebrate that, and individuality and ethnicity and heritage. That's so special, and that's what it's about.
Before we press play on the track, how would you describe your sound?
I would say it's heavily influenced by the 90s and early 2000s, because that's when I fell in love with music when I was a kid. I would say it's pop R&B, obsessed with backing vocals, obsessed with tracking 1,000 times, and obviously trying to modernize it a little bit. But I'm definitely heavily influenced by, early 2000s. What
particular artist would you say?
Oh, that's tough. I was pretty obsessed with Christina Aguilera, obviously. Any of the girl groups like Destiny's Child. Right. It's a hodgepodge of like different artists.
Are any of the artists that you are out there, whether it's your influences or people that are now that have got a legacy in music that you really admire?
I do believe that the artists that have come before our time, our generation, are just untouchable. I mean, I'm obsessed with Prince and Freddie Mercury. I mean, how can you not be? I mean, my dogs are called Prince and Freddie Mercury, just to show you how much of a legacy that they hold. I mean, if I come even a tiny bit close to any of their achievements, I would be incredibly happy.
Great choices.
Thank you.
If anyone wants to find out about the workshops or workshop, where will they find that information?
So there is a referral form on our website, and the website is www.thekintsugiway.co.uk. Kintsugi is spelled Kintsugi. So it's thekintsugiway.co.uk, and you can send us a message, you can sign up to our newsletter, you can refer yourself for the next workshop, which will now be next year. Everything's on the website.
And are you hot on socials?
We are.
Right, so give out the socials for the people at the back.
So the socials for the Kintsugi Way charity is at the Kintsugi Way charity, and for myself, if you have any more questions or want to drop me a line for any reason, is at Chess Galea, ChessGalea.
Right, I want you to introduce your track and we'll press play on it.
Thank you, Kim. This is my latest song, Mess With My Face.
Thank you.
Forbidden grateful to God for what she gave me. Go against the grain and cause a little shakesy. I really miss when everyone looked different. No one facade didn't exist. Chasing one face, but who's to benefit? Who's paying for it? Not too long ago, we all looked like ourselves. Our realness, a nose with a bump, thin lips, hip dips, individualist, admit, small bets. Ooh, I won't mess with my face now. Now that I look more of me, I'm not gonna be erased. No, want you to know, want you to know when I'm angry. Come read between these lines. If you're giving me nonsense, why should I be polite? I won't mess with my face, baby. I won't lie. Everything I lived, it ain't frozen in time. Want you to know what I've been through. I swear, you should know that I ain't going nowhere. I won't mess with my face. Tell you to make me. I'm not gonna fake see. If you wanna front and be lazy, act like a child and tell me I'm crazy. Baby, mistake me. You want me to lie to you for your comfort. Hide the truth so it don't hurt. Would it be better for you if my face didn't move? No crease between my eyes, lip pulls into a smile, and no response to what you say or what you do. So easy for you. I won't mess with my face now. Now that I look more of me, I'm not gonna be erased. No, want you to know, want you to know when I'm angry. Come read between these lines. If you're giving me nonsense, why should I be polite? I won't mess with my face, baby. I won't hide. Everything I lived, it ain't frozen in time. Want you to know what I've been through. I swear, you should know that I ain't going nowhere. I won't mess with my face now. Now